Wow, I'm seeing these, and I've heard this for years, I've been online for a while now, and I see these comments and videos out there that are very popular that talk about the density of other people, the low vibration people, and what they're doing to the high vibration people and what you need to know. Oh, I've got those answers right now. You need to hear this. It's critical. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Oh, I'm going to share that with you today. Low vibrational people. I know all about it. I know about high, low vibration. I've been doing this for quite a while now. I wrote the book, Break Through Fear, Your Spiritual Butt Kick. Get it? It's going to make sense and empower you just by reading the book. It was downloaded. What does that mean? And where did that download come from? A low vibration? No, a really high one. We're going to talk about it today. I hope you'll subscribe. As you know, that's what keeps us going here. And if you like high vibration, you're never going to get anything but that on my channel. All right, so let's get started. What's a low vibration? A low vibration is unconsciousness. That's all. It's unconsciousness. And unconsciousness is a state of being that isn't disconnected from the high conscious state of being and high frequency. It's not disconnected. It's just where somebody resides at the moment. It's a mansion. Okay, I've said this before. My Father has many mansions. That means there are endless creations and experiences out there. We call it a matrix, but we put negative explanations and meanings to that, but a matrix is just a program that we stepped into to play out, to experience certain things, to evolve, to learn, to gain information that goes into the collective, the source of all things. It is not separated ever. There's no dimension here and here and here. When you go to the next floor in a building, you don't just pop up and there's a floor of separation. There's a stairway, there's an elevator, it flows up. It's not actually separated. It's connected. If it was disconnected, the building would fall over. It's just going to the next floor. So if you're in the basement of the mansion, and there are different frequencies and different existences, if you're in the basement, that's what you know. And you're down in the dark, dingy place with other people scraping and scrapping around. They think that's what things are. This is where we are. They've never been in the penthouse, so they don't know. And at some point, they may hear something, or maybe they see a little flash of light and say, I think there's something else. And then they go up and find the stairs, and there's a back stairway, and they go up, and they see a little bit of light, and yeah, you get it. You like my little analogy? But that's how it works exactly. Ignorance doesn't know. It as the form of purity in itself knows everything. It as the role it's playing does not. So you as the human playing a role, and that other person, that low vibrational person sucking your energy, actually has no power to do that. So if you watch those videos, it's really good to get a lot of views. They do. I don't get the views they do because I will not, let's just say, succumb to that low vibration. I'm going to tell you right now, all is equal. Now, when we play the roles here on planet Earth, we get to believe any scenario we want, and it becomes our reality, and it's true. So this is how voodoo and magic and all these other things work. Because if you believe it, it is. And no one can tell you different. And you can create, because we're creators. And if I believe that, I can actually create that scenario and say, see, they were doing it, when actually, because I believed it, I was creating it, along with maybe their nasty wishes. Prayers are the same way. Now, if you saw me on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie, it was July 7th I was on there, I said, miracles cannot override free will. So a miracle is like, I can go into perfect health. Why? Because I already am that, and I'm creating a facade that is creating a story other than that perfection that I am because I'm playing the game. So I get to know illness, I get to know sadness and loss and all these things. And so if I desire to get well and we get a prayer group in, well, the prayer group can actually, I could feel better. It's working. And if I believe it and I want that, and that's where I want to truly desire to go to, it can happen. The prayers can help. We affect one another greatly. But if I don't believe it, or I have another plan, maybe I came here to exit that way, or to be a demonstration of any number of things, roles that I'm playing, we can't always know these because, the whole point is to be ignorant so we can play out roles that we believe. We can know limitations because we are absolutely unlimited, but if we knew that, we'd come here. Why come here? If you just went, bing, I'm just in a human form, but that's the low vibration that allows us to forget, to be limited, to experience loss, to know what hate and anger and all these things are. And so we get to go outside of that. By choice, you are an equal creator to any low vibration out there. You have to participate in it. You have to believe it. You have to think. Somehow somebody has power over you, and so it is. As a creator, your belief in that allows them to do whatever it is they think that they have the power to do. You have to allow it and participate. Now, in the material world, yes, people can do certain things in a physical world. But you, the essence of you, it's indestructible. It's eternal. It always has been. And it's equal to the other person, who is equally perfect and beautiful, by the way. They are not an evil person. They are playing out a role as one. The essence of everyone is all connected. It's one thing happening, not simultaneously. That looks like separate things. It is one thing happening. Read the book. It'll blow your mind. One thing happening. Not in different times. It's just one energy happening. Beyond comprehension, because we separate, we look like people, they're hurting us. Oh, they're sucking my energy. They're trying to do... Well, yes, there are low vibrations, let's talk about, that are trying to mess up anybody who wants a beautiful community world of compassion and giving, of no chemicals, of loving animals, of doing really things on a high frequency that respect the form of all things. That's all we're doing. We're respecting the form and the power, the equal power of all things. The ant is equally as beautiful and powerful as I am. All right? I think I told you I'm standing there talking to my neighbor who's, about 80 years old. And a little bug goes up and she goes, first of all, those bugs are beautiful on my plants. They help eat other things. And it took me back. Now, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to shame her. She's older, and there's generations that are programmed that bugs are, kill bugs, put chemicals in your house, kill everything, kill the stuff in your garden. And so if we don't pull out of that ignorance, we cannot condemn those people. We have to just go up the floors ourselves. And you're in the penthouse. You can't help somebody who's in the basement unless you raise your frequency. That's how this is going to balance out beautifully. It isn't saying, I have to protect myself. Energy vampires. I said, it's impossible. It's impossible. We're one source, one energy field in different expressions. No one can take your energy. You have to believe it. And you, personally, as the creator, a creator, have to be in a low frequency to allow that imbalance in the scenario here. In the big picture, all happening at one time, it's all equal. It's all perfect. All of it. So if people tell you the low vibration people are trying to, because in the material world, they're going to fight because that's what they believe is important, all that matters. They're going off their ego that wants things. I don't want this. You should be different. If you argue with anybody, you are an ego, low vibration, and you're doing it. They're wrong, and this shouldn't be, and why is this happening? But that's because you are not accepting this whole journey. You're not accepting the lessons, the opportunities. I was just on the phone last night with my friend. She says, oh gosh, I have to go in for back surgery. I finally have to do it. I said, is this necessary? Yes, it's the only way that this is going to improve. It's not going to get better. I said, okay, so now we have one decision that's made. So what are you upset about? Well, I have this great doctor, and oh my gosh, he's the right guy, and what he proposed is really right. I said, okay, strike number 2, yeah, right? No, wait a second. I just went to first base. That wasn't a strike. I'm thinking, okay, I'm seeing two things: a solution, the right person with the right solution. This is sounding really good. Okay, no, it's not nice to go in and get the surgery. And she said, will you take me or pick me up from the hospital? I said, of course I will. She didn't want to put me out. I said, are you kidding? It's an honor to. Oh, how wonderful that she picked me to pick her up from this very important surgery to take her home. Oh, she allows me that opportunity to nurture her. Okay, so now here's the thing I said to her. We have to change this story over here. The story is, this is bad. I don't want the surgery. I said, no, you're going to be healed, right? It's going to work. And you've got the right doctor, and you happen to be now here in Florida to have found that doctor. You have a friend who loves you, who's going to make sure that you're picked up and taken care of from that surgery. I said, where's the negativity in this story? There's fear in there. Of course there is. All right? Change this story of everything, okay? Because everything's an opportunity for you. And if you open yourself up to it, doors will open for you. And sometimes there's struggle before you get to that point. And I said to her, it's okay to be vulnerable. She's learning that. There's a lesson in absolutely everything. So, acceptance is key to everything. When I accept what's going on in my world, I now can play the role of the change maker, not the bitching about this or that. Oops. Yeah, spiritual butt kick. Or, oh, they're wrong, or this. You are in conflict, and you are now the low vibration person. What are you worried about them for? They're going to fight for that material world position. It's impossible for them to win the game, because what we are going to achieve as higher frequency vibrational people is so much greater. So I shared on Coast to Coast AM, lottery winners, okay? Always come to me to help them win the lottery again. And I teach them something different. I teach them the power, the manifestation powers that they have that are so much greater. And we go into that, and sure enough, they heal, they get relationships, they get jobs. Here, even if they get the lottery, they're getting sick, they're losing relationships because they are in a low vibration, and they're stuck to a material world that can never make them happy. That's all that's going on. No low vibration person. So if you are in fear and you believe that you are not that powerful all one creator as equal to all other creators, everything is, even the snail, even the blade of grass. Well, how can that be? Duh. The creator is all things. Human form, we got to get out of this. Human form has a brain and functions, and everything else is some inanimate thing. Everything's intelligent. It's just in a different form. So if you see stuff going on out there and you oppose it, then you have to ask yourself, why am I focused and entangled in that when I can create the new world? And that's power. That high frequency is expansion. When you go in there, things will come to you. Money, the right people. I'm going to bring this to me. No, you got to get on the elevator and find that little staircase to get out of the dungeon and get up to that penthouse. Nobody's going to bring the penthouse down to you. And it just doesn't have control over you. You have every chance to go to the penthouse and say, welcome, come up here. We welcome you. We want you up here. Because it's a beautiful world and everyone is equal. And if they choose in this experience, this adventure, to go through certain things, don't question it. I want you to be happy. I want you to be spiritual. I want you to be awake. And you are now in a low vibration because you have no acceptance of the fact that they're choosing that. They want to experience it because they are already perfect. They are perfect light beings. Already, all of us are. Let them go be jackasses. Let them go do stupid stuff if that's what they want to do. And then when they're ready to change that, be the person who says, now you ready? I'll help guide you up the staircase because you chose it. Not because I'm going to drag you up, because I think it's right. Because you'll never make it there yourself if you think that way. We've got a lot going on here in our United States. I think wonderful things are happening. And there's a transition in between that can be painful. The operation. Yes, it has to happen before the healing. But there's actually no healing. You are already in the state of perfection. Just experience the low vibration human matrix that allows us to know that. And know that you're much greater and you got to do your job here. And what is that? Total compassion. You don't have to approve. It's not okay to be nasty, not in the material world, but it's part of the program. And everyone is learning from this. Everyone's experiencing, and all of that information goes into our collective. Don't you be the one in fear. The low vibration beings. I saw a picture. There's this beautiful person, this thing. Talk to the hand. Shut your pile. I got things over here to do. Like raising the frequency of the planet, one light being at a time. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Now you guys know this is free. We got people coming over, taking 5 steps to manifest anything workshop. Of course, Breakthrough Fear is a absolutely game changer. If you are struggling, come over and see me. If you want to create an online business changing the planet, you've always been entrepreneurial and you don't know how to do it, you never have to go any other place. This is one stop, starting from we create it. We find out what that is. What's that amazing thing that you've been told you can never do? We create it step by step by step. We launch. Well, how do I do social media? It's all in there. But we focus on passion, purpose, and positive impact. That's my quest. What's yours, my friend? I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.